Hey everybody, it's so good to be back with you guys this evening. Tonight's story is called Osiris the Dinosaur. So I also looked up the name Osiris, and it means powerful and mighty. And this story was requested by Tanya from Texas. So dinosaurs roamed the earth long before even I was born. There were meat eaters and plant eaters. Some were friends, some were enemies. The plains of Texas are wide and far, with a bluff seen on the horizon occasionally. Driving west takes a good day, unless you're 4 kids and 2 parents, at a time when kids didn't have to wear seatbelts, and Stuckey's was more fun than Starbucks. If your parents don't know what Stuckey's is, ask your grandparents. If they don't know, then they might not have ever been out west. So Eddie, Louie, Benny, and Jenny had all played games. They played all the games they could think of, even trying to invent or imagine cool gadgets that would make trips more fun. Before video games and hell-ton electronics, okay? Like, how cool would it be if their car had 4 small airplanes attached to it? And then each kid could get in the airplane and fly off for a little while and then come back and attach to the car. And then they wouldn't get lost. So all kinds of fun games like that. Well, Mom and Dad decided they needed a break from their 4 creative but sometimes irritating kids. They pulled over at a Stuckey's that was surrounded by desert, and off a ways was a creek fed by an underground stream. The boys wanted to look for arrowheads, while Jenny wanted to find pretty rocks. Jenny thought the water would be the best spot, so that's where she headed. Mom and Dad sat on the car eating a peanut goober bar and drinking Coca-Cola. Jenny found some pretty rocks at the stream and found where it was fed by the underground stream, and she reached out to grab what looked to be a turquoise rock and realized it was bigger than she thought. She called the boys and they helped her dig it out. So strange, they thought. It was kind of egg-shaped but bumpy like a rock and not smooth like an egg. Well, they carried it to the car, and Mom and Dad thought it was the biggest piece of turquoise they'd ever seen. They put it in the back of the station wagon, and Jenny curled up next to it. Like I said, Texas is big. They were getting close to the New Mexico border, but they drove straight through to get to Grandma and Grandpa's quicker. Plus, they couldn't swing the money for a hotel. Jenny felt a bump in the road and set up to ask how much farther. And she realized it wasn't the road, it was the rock. Something was trying to get out. Jenny was more excited than scared. The sun started to rise and clack, 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 out popped a head. It was a baby dinosaur. Oh my, said Jenny, I've only seen pictures of these in the encyclopedia. The small dinosaur started to cry, and she knew she needed to keep it quiet. So she gave it some of her peanut butter crackers. It seemed to calm the little animal. Jenny tried to get the boys' attention, but they were still asleep. She didn't want Mom and Dad to know what was happening in the back of the station wagon. Arriving at Grandma and Grandpa's, Jenny told the boys, "Come here, help me, help me." When they saw the small creature, they went crazy. "Hurry, let's take him to the back." The parents were used to them running back there and were really glad that everyone could stretch their legs and give them a break. They put the dinosaur in their grandma's rock garden. What should we call him? Eddie said, Dino. Louie said, Spot, like the one on the Flintstones. And Benny said, oh, look at those irises. And they thought he said Osiris, and they all liked that name. Strong and powerful. Benny said, I was just talking about Grandma's irises. Oh, okay, oh well. So little Iris stretched and crawled over to some plants and began to munch on them. And then he slurped up a small animal. And like my dogs are fighting in the back, but he didn't slurp up the dog. It was a lizard, which is kind of weird. Yuck, thought Jenny, and realized, oh no, he's a meat eater. Jenny wasn't sure what to do. She didn't want Osiris destroying Grandma's garden, but maybe he would slow down with his eating. About a week later, they piled back in the car, and how they were able to hide him from Mom and Dad was just short of miraculous. Jenny stuck Osiris in the back and covered him with a blanket. She had been sneaking extra meat for him, so he was pretty content. Had a full tummy and was ready for a nice nap. She knew she couldn't keep him, but she hoped to keep him hidden until they were back in Texas. They got close to where they had found him and begged their parents to stop again at Stuckey's, please. Okay, okay, they said. Off they ran, hiding Osiris until they were away from the car. When they got to the creek bed, they saw much larger dinosaur prints and followed them to a cave. That might not have been very smart, but they were trying, okay? All of a sudden, Osiris made a shrill out of the cave, popped his mama, and he ran toward her, and she gave him lots of cuddles. Jenny and the boys watched in amazement and ran back toward the car. Do you think we should tell anyone? They asked each other. Who would believe us anyway, they said. Yeah, that's true. But, by the way, don't all T-Rexes live in Texas? That's our story for tonight. It was a little different from the other ones, but then again, a dinosaur named Osiris deserves a different kind of story. I hope you enjoyed it. And for your information, Stuckey's was a restaurant, gas station, convenience store kind of a place, but they would sell road trip games for kids. They sold all the different candies that kids loved in that decade that I was a little girl in. And I do have 3 brothers, and so the names of these boys are actually my brother's middle names, just turned out a little differently. And of course, Jenny, yeah, it's short for Jennifer. So keep sending in names and animals of stories you would like to hear invented on our special time together. And again, I love you. Sleep well and sweet dreams. See you next time. Have a good night.